This is going to be a very exciting video, man. It's time to vent frustrations. 49ers fans, if you guys are watching this video, first things first, that's a division game for you. That is probably the ugliest football you will ever see because this is just one of those dog fights, one of those games that comes down to the wire. Unfortunately, we're on the wrong end of it. San Francisco played better in clutch moments. They absolutely got what they had to have. The Cardinals, they did not. Let's go ahead and talk about that. That's going to be very fun to discuss because there's a lot of negatives today. Zay Jones dropped this pass right here. This is a very difficult one. But like at the end of the day, it's the NFL, man. It is bang, bang. You come down with this play, you win the game. And they wanted it more. In this instance, San Francisco wanted it more. I completely understand how difficult of a catch this really is. The degree of difficulty is through the roof. But the Cardinals could not catch a break today because that's not where it stopped. Marvin Harrison Jr., you're looking at the frame, man. This was a dropped football. Let that sink in. And here's the clip right here. Absolutely diabolical. Marvin, stop using your body. Be an NFL receiver. Be better. This is not what we saw in college. This was not what was advertised. You were going up. You were making plays. This is not what we saw. If this is what we saw, wouldn't have taken you. This is disgusting. He comes down with difficult plays, but then you got stuff like this, the little hiccups, that he just doesn't come down with the big plays. And then you also have my boy Amari DeMarcado. Let's go ahead and talk about this real quick. Probably a walk-in touchdown. If we could be completely honest here, 49ers fans, Cardinals fans, this is a walk-in. Amari can't drop this. I know James Conner went down with injury. If you guys didn't see it, here's a clip. Absolutely disgusting. I'm not showing that again. That is going to be the final one of that. But Amari, catch the ball. What is this? This is absolutely unacceptable, and I am disgusted in this instance because this is a game where we played clean. Not a ton of penalties. I think we had one defensive penalty, if I'm not mistaken. The offense played terrible collectively. Trey McBride had a good game individually. Trey Benson, the guy that I've been preaching to get running back one reps, actually popped another great run, but James Conner got injured, so that's the only reason that happened, and now Trey Benson will be running back one for the majority of the season, because I'm assuming James Conner's not going to come back. You never know. We saw Garrett Williams return, but the way James Conner's leg just looked, not expecting him to be back. So if he does return, that's going to be a shocker, but this offense is not moving, and Drew Petzing, he's awful. He's absolutely awful. In the second half, he coached a lot better. He coordinated that game way better. The pass game looked better. Kyler was putting the ball in the money, and the receivers were just not making plays. That's not on Drew Petzing. What is on Drew Petzing is throwing screen passes and controlling time of possession 21 to 9 minutes in the first half, and you barely scoring points. I believe it was, 3-6 at the end of the half, or 6-6? That is unacceptable. What are we doing, Drew? We're throwing screen passes. We're not trusting our receivers. We can't separate. Just yada, yada, yada. Same things that we saw last season. The same thing. The defense. We drafted well. We need to go get a weapon. I don't know who we go get, though, because I don't want a Tyreek Hill. I don't want that dude for multiple reasons. I can go unhinged right now and really explain to you guys why I don't want Tyreek Hill, but he is a diva on the field. You don't give him the football, he's going to complain, and I don't think Drew Petzing would know. Take all the off-field issues aside, and the fact that he beats women, and the fact that he gets a girl pregnant every other month. Let's take that aside. Guess what? He is a terrible, and I mean terrible, system fit. Drew Petzing would have no idea what to do with a Tyreek Hill. That is a blazer. That is a guy who gets down the field. We don't do that. We don't have anyone who can do that. Tyreek Hill would be able to do that. But who else do we go get? Realistically, we're going to have to hope a team is just terrible, blows it up, and a receiver complains, and the Cardinals can get him on the low. Outside of that, we're stuck with what we got. And until we can learn to catch a football, it doesn't really matter what receiver we got in here. So Marvin Harrison Jr., there's a lot of people critical. Now I am becoming one of those. The guy who really came into this and said you were a generational talent because of what you provided and what you showcased in college. The run blocking, huge benefit. You've thrived in the blocking game. You know where you haven't thrived for some reason is catching a wide open pass. Why is that? Staying after practice with those jugs is doing nothing for you right now. I don't know what it is, but Larry Fitzgerald, if you're out there and listening, please come back. I don't know where you are. But, we need help. A 40-year-old Fitz might be better than Marvin Harrison Jr. at this point. It's kind of disgusting. For some reason, he can come down with the contested passes, the contested catches, the crazy ones that are out of reach. He almost had a touchdown where I don't even know. If you guys saw the play, Marvin Harrison Jr. almost made that absolutely ridiculous diving catch in the end zone. I don't understand how Marvin Harrison is so incompetent, and he is so bad at catching wide open passes, and the misconnects happen every single week. Him and Kyler are always off on something. And I don't think it's Kyler's fault, because it's a miscue where Marvin needs to take outside leverage, go win that 50-50 ball, and Kyler throws it to him, and he stops and just curls at 5. Go take the outside leverage. I don't understand. There's always a miscue. Kyler threw it to him in a soft spot. To avoid him getting hit, it was behind. That was a ridiculous grab. Stuff like that. The out route. High points it. Crazy grab. But like, Marv, you got the wide open pass. You're just sitting still and you can't do anything. And the worst part about this is Trey McBride is balling. Kyler's balling. The offensive line does not look great. We need to slide Will Hernandez in for Isaiah Adams. Beecham might need to be the right tackle for the rest of the year at 40 years old, or however old he is for real. Put the dinosaur at right tackle. It's what we need, like genuinely. And whenever Paris comes back, hopefully Will Johnson comes back, then we'll be okay. We'll be a lot better. But until Drew Petzing gets his stuff together and Marvin Harrison Jr. can actually learn to become a wide receiver 1, we're stuck in problems of 2024. We're wasting an elite defense. An absolutely elite defense that just held the 49ers to 16 points, by the way. And no matter what you guys say about the Cardinals, we were getting pressure on Mac Jones. We were actually shutting down when the situation arose for it. You had a Mac Wilson making this insane goal line stand right here on Christian McCaffrey, and Darius Robinson had back-to-back huge plays. On third down, he had the wrap-up tackle on the goal line. Then he has this one where he's in the face of Mac Jones, causing pressure, which causes Mac Wilson to get over there, which is a ridiculous play by him. Mac Wilson is an elite inside linebacker. His instincts are elite. He's a vertical threat. He can bat passes. He does so much things well in coverage, and his straight line speed is ridiculous. And it's plays like this right here, the bang on Christian McCaffrey. Yes, it is a pop, but this play it's so much better than just the pop. The fact that he's able to get all the way across the field, pop him without getting pass interference, and hitting him on time on fourth down to cause a turnover is just ridiculous. Thank you to DraftKings for sponsoring today's video. If you guys don't know DraftKings, you must be sleeping under a rock, because they're one of the biggest sports books in the entire world, and they have an offer for new customers. If you guys have never signed up, listen to this. If you bet $5, you will instantly get $200 in bonus bet. You haven't signed up, this should get you to do it. And if you do sign up, make sure to use code MYTHICAZ. You'll unlock all of these benefits, all of these offers, and with the NFL season starting, you got a lot of bets to hammer. Downloading DraftKings is the best way to make your Sundays more enjoyable, or just sports overall. So if you guys haven't, like I said, go ahead, check out DraftKings. Make sure you use promo code MYTHICAZ as well. Unlock all these great benefits. They're offering something absolutely crazy right now. You guys do not want to miss out. Once again, thank you to DraftKings for sponsoring today's video. Make sure you're betting responsibly as well. But once again, like I said, thank you to DraftKings for sponsoring today's video. Make sure to go sign up. But until we can learn to play complementary football, and it's not on the defense, let me go ahead and make things very clear. Nothing so far through 3 weeks has been on the defense. You guys can have little gripes here and there on what you want the defense to improve upon, but they are holding their own, and they are not allowing a ton of touchdowns. Through 3 weeks, we've looked sensational. We played 2 very bad opponents in my eyes and 1 very solid one, and we lost the one that we played solid, and it's not their fault. It's the offense, it's Drew Petzing, it's the receiving core. And this is what I was worried about going into it. The defense is revamped. If Walter Nolan doesn't pan out, not having Ibuka is going to hurt. And you guys know how high I was on him. Can't look back in the past now. You hope Walter Nolan pans out. Darius Robinson had a better showing today. Love that for him. But until this offense figures it out, we're going to be wasting the defense. And we have a game on Seattle on Thursday Night Football, NFL rivalries, where we might just get flat out embarrassed. And I don't think Jonathan Gannon or Monty Ossenfort really got the cojones. I don't think they have the balls to fire Drew Petzing if we lose this game. And his scheme and his offensive play calling gets exposed on Thursday. I don't think they got it in them to do that, because I don't think they think he's the problem. But all of us as fans and all of us internally, you got Britton Golden calling it out, saying that he is the problem. This is not an NFL caliber offense. It's not a playoff team with this offensive system. You can come for Kyler all you want. You really can. It's just a blindless take. If we're being so real and just taking all the hate aside, that a lot of people drink the haterade on Kyler Murray all day long. If he's the problem, we'll go ahead and talk about it. Like that pass to Tip that was double contested, don't know what he was reading. Normally in the short intermediate, he's great. Hit Benson in the flat right there, take the outside. That's the easy read. Trying to force it to Tip, that was awful. But guess what? We're in a good spot regardless. 2-1. But until the offense cleans it up And maybe we lose on Thursday, like I said, and Drew Petzing does get packed up. I don't know if they have the balls to do that. I really don't. And it might take us getting embarrassed on national television for us to do that. But until the offense cleans it up, we're going to be in a bad spot. And we're going to be losing games like this. And this is going to be consistent Cardinals football. So we got to get this thing correct. And Drew Petzing, you need to learn how to be better. And also, if you can just catch the football, Marv, that'd be fantastic. If you can get these little things down, that'd be fantastic. The disengagement irritates me. Marvin, you got to lock in. I am someone who has preached from the very beginning, before you were even an Arizona Cardinal. I advocated for you to be here, and you have showcased nothing this season. You've shown no progression. You're just bulked up out there. You're the same Marvin Harrison Jr., just 15 pounds heavier. I'm waiting for the steps. I'm waiting for you to be better. And until that happens, I'm very critical now on everything I'm seeing. The disengagement, the miscues, the drops. It's all bad right now. That's the number 4 overall pick. Drew Petzing, you are an issue. But Marvin Harrison Jr., if you're going to play football like that, you are also a massive issue too. I've been preaching you get more targets, and now when you get the targets, I don't care if they're coming in spurts. Today was a day that you could have had a way better game, but you failed. Be better. Week 4, this Cardinals offense has to step up, and if not, we're going to get embarrassed on national television to a Seahawks team that just dropped 44 points. You guys let me know how you guys feel about this. I am super critical right now. This seems very heavy, but that's just how I'm feeling right now. The Cardinals have to be better, and until we do, we're going to lose, and we're going to be a poverty franchise continually. And it's not on the defense. It's not on Jonathan Gannon. It might be a little bit on Monty Ossenfort for not addressing the offense. But Drew Petzing and Leo got to figure it out. So you guys let me know how you're feeling about it. But that's a tough loss, man. But that is all I got for today's video. If you guys are new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. I post Arizona Cardinals and NFL content. If you're a fan of either of these, this is the perfect channel for you 49ers fans. GG's to y'all, man. That's a tough one. Y'all snuck away. You guys are 3-0. We folded 2-1. It's been your boy Mythic, man. Appreciate all of you guys for tuning in, man. It's much love. Peace out.